Welcome to Grand Warlord Radha. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, let's go and mulligan. We're looking at two mountains. Man, I'd love to keep it with that cultivate, but I don't think it's going to get it done. Let's go and mulligan. And then, not looking so hot. Let's go and go one more go. Hopefully we get a few more lanes off of this one. I know we're playing against Sidisi, so we need to get, hopefully, a little bit of a better start. Let's go one more mulligan. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. I like that. 4 lanes in the hand and Heroic Intervention. Do you want Aether Chaser on top of our library? I'm just going to put that on the bottom for right now. It'd be nice to have a creature, but I don't think that's exactly what we need to get going. Let's go and get down Scalding Tarn, and then we'll go and search up the dual land that comes into play tapped. I think Sheltered Thicket. I think that's the one that you can also cycle off of that one. Let's double check that one. Yeah, let's go and grab that one, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. We are playing Grand Warlord Radha. Hey, so whenever one or more creatures you control attack, add that much mana in your mana pool of any combination of red or green, and then until end of turn, you don't lose mana as steps and phases in. We're playing against Sidisi, Brood Tyrant. Hey, best of luck. Let's have some fun. Play against Sidisi, Brood Tyrant. Some good zombies going. Whenever Sidisi enters the battlefield or attacks, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then, whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. And opponent's going to lead off with a Birds of Paradise. Let's see what we draw into. I think we put... Did we put that on the bottom? Pretty sure we put that on the bottom. Okay. Maybe that was on top. Who knows? Maybe we got really lucky. Let's go get the forest down. Let's go and go for that Aether Chaser. Yeah, because apparently there's like a scry bug on Magic Online sometimes, and I don't know. I guess there's 1 out of like 92 chance that we could hit that one. But anyway, we'll go and pass the turn. But yeah, as far as Grand Warlord Radha, this is a red-green energy deck. You know, I didn't really know where to take Radha, and somebody in my Discord suggested building like a red-green energy deck, and I was like, that sounds kind of fun. And it is. I really enjoy playing it. It is a little... It's not super, I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's not super competitive, but it's one of those decks that are really enjoyable to play. You know, there's a lot of interactions, a lot of fun. It's really fun kind of getting your energy going. And it also kind of just gives you something to do with Grand Warlord Radha. So there's a couple different builds you can go with Grand Warlord. You can get some really good token builds where you add a lot of mana to your mana pool. You can have a lot of X spells or something like that. So it ends up being pretty fun, but let's see what we draw into. Draw into Yavimaya Hollow. It's going to get down Stomping Ground, we'll put that into play, not going to pay 2 live, and then, yeah, let's go and push in for 2. Yeah, we're looking at Fiend over there, and not going to be able to block, so at least we will get in for 2. We're not going to be able to pay that energy. Do we want to get that an extra servo token for that? I mean, well, yeah, actually, just hold off. Let's just go and hold on to that energy. You know, it'd be nice to have that servo token. That's one of the fun things about energy. We are running a few cards that do have stuff like activations like that. So once you do kind of get those tokens going, it does kind of help contribute towards your your Radha game plan of getting that mana into your mana pool. Because that's one of the fun things that even if you do have a bunch of 1/1s, or we have the care card in here, the kobold card where we can make some kobolds. There's 0/1s. You can still attack with those creatures and still get that mana to your mana pool. Doesn't matter if they dealt combat damage or anything like that. So that's one of the fun things about playing her, is that you can, there's a couple different ways to generate a ton of mana if you need to be going for that one. Our opponent's going to go for Fleshbag Marauder. We're each going to have to sacrifice a creature. We're going to have to get rid of the Aether Chaser, and our opponent does get rid of Fleshbag Marauder. Let's see what we draw into. We'll be online for Grand Warlord Radha, at least at this point right now. And then our opponent can actually go for Sidisi the following turn. I was going to get down Yavimaya Hollow. Let's go and tap out for Grand Warlord Radha. That's going to be red and then a green, and tap out for that. We're sitting at 28. Yeah, let's go and push in for 3. I'm okay with that. Let's go and push in for 3. And then we're going to add red to our mana pool. And that'll knock them down to at least 21. And that'll be 3 total commander damage. Now, as far as some of the energy payoff cards, we have stuff like Dynavolt Tower in here, which is really fun to get that going. Get those instant and sorceries. We're also running Gonti's Aether Heart, which kind of allows us to hopefully, at that point to where if we can get Gonti's Aether Heart online, hopefully we're at the point to where we can, we have enough energy, we have enough creatures on the battlefield where we can take an extra turn, and that's going to be more than enough to kind of help us close it out, or at least kind of push us towards closing it out, getting that extra turn. We are running Aetherworks Marvel in here. You can get a good spin to the top part of your library, which kind of makes for some fun gameplay sometimes. I like that. It looks like our opponent's going to be tapping out for potentially a... Court of Calling? Well, we'll see what they're going to be tapping out for, though. All right, Court of Calling for 4. Let's see if they search up. All right, opponent ends up getting down Gilded Drake, grabbing Grand Warlord Radha. So we do get the switch on that one. Luckily, we do have Homer Path in the hand, which is allow us going to get the Grand Warlord back. Let's go ahead and get that down because we don't really want to give our opponent any extra mana. Gain control of all creatures we control. They get the Gilded Drake back, and then anything else we're going to pass turn to our opponent. That couldn't have worked out any better. I like it. Now, we are in a bad spot. We're probably going to end up taking a pretty good chunk of damage. It's going to be 3, 5, looking at 6, and then 7 coming across, putting us down to 21. So hopefully we can draw into some sort of, get some good card draw going. But unfortunately, with Sidisi entering the battlefield, they're going to get those zombies going pretty quick. Now, they did not hit a zombie did not hit a creature card off that reveal, so at least we're safe from a zombie for at least at this point right now. And anything else, yeah, we're basically just looking at a swing in for 7 if they want to do that. Okay, no swing in from our opponent, and then let's see what we draw into. Drawn to Radha. We'll have dual Radhas on the battlefield. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's go and get Radha down. We can at least get something going. We do need to leave up green mana for that Yavimaya Hollow activation. That's going to be red and a green. We'll have double Radhas, and then do we want to... Yeah, we get on a game trail. And then we don't necessarily need that mana, so we're just not going to pay that one. All right, anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Now, the cool thing with Radha... having baby Radha, well, not technically baby Radha, but little Radha and then the older Radha on the battlefield is that whenever she attacks, you get to add that double red to your mana pool. With Grand Warlord Radha, it doesn't matter that the mana from her doesn't phase out. It just says basically that mana in any combination, you don't lose mana as steps and phases in. You just gain that ability. So she actually works really well with younger Radha in that you can bank that 2 red mana to your mana pool. So those are really good. And on top of that, Radha is just simply a mana dork for 1 green mana. So that's always good to have that too. Opponent's going to be tapping out for 4 mana. Let's see what they're going to have. All right, opponent's going to go for Clever Impersonator. Let's see what the Clever is going to enter the battlefield as. And our opponent's going to go for their own Grand Warlord Radha. That is just absolutely brutal with Sidisi. All right, let's see if they're going to swing in. We're at least looking at a pretty good chunk of mana. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they swing the whole crew, that'll be 7 total mana coming across. They're simply just going to add 1 mana in the Gilded Drake to their mana pool. Okay, that's going to knock us down to 25. And then they're going to go and pass the turn. Let's see what we draw into. We still have that mountain in the hand. Hopefully we can draw into something. Multiform Wonder. At the end of the battlefield, we're going to get that extra energy. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that. It's going to be 5 total mana we're going to be tapping out for. Unfortunately, we're kind of in a little bit of a board stall at this point right now. It's going to be 1, 2. Let's get the mountain down first. Let's go for Wonder. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. And then leave up that Yavimaya Hollow and some green mana. So we're going to end up with a 3-3. Now with the Multifoam Wanderer, we're going to get that 3 energy to put us at 5 total energy. The cool thing about Wonder is that we do have the activated ability. It's going to gain your choice of Vigilance, Lifelink, or Flying until end of turn. And then actually, let's go and pass the turn. I'll cover the rest of that for our opponent. And then on the second activated ability, pay 1 energy. It gets +2, -2, or -2, +2 until end of turn. Now we are sitting at 5 total mana. We are looking at a 3-3. We do have to get around this Gilded Drake. So if they do end up swinging with the Gilded Drake, maybe this turn we can at least pay 2 energy to give Multiform Wonder Flying, and then pay additional 1 to give it that additional ball. All right, opponent's not going to swing in on this one, and then no swing in from the Grand Warlord Radha. See what we draw into. Draw into Battlements. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get that down. Now, if we do have the other additional card in here so we can get that meld going, but at this point right now, we can't meld them right now. Do we want to give it Flying at this point? We're looking at... yeah, let's just go and pass the turn. I kind of like holding that Gilded Drake back. Okay, opponent's going to go for the throat on Radha herself. Yeah, let's go and go for... Are we looking at another spot of removal next turn? Yeah, let's go and go for... We'll go for it. Yavimaya Hollow, we're going to tap out on 1 green, regenerate target creature, and then if they have another spot of removal for Grand Warlord Radha, it won't be the end of the world. We can simply just recast her, so... Now, the fun thing with the battlements, if we get the garrison down, is that... that's one of the good things about Garrison. It works so great in Grand Warlord Radha is that whenever it attacks, we're looking at 3 mana, it's a 2-3, and whenever it attacks, we get those 2/1/1 red human creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. And that's definitely what you want to do with Grand Warlord Radha. It really gets a lot of just creatures on the battlefield and kind of start swarming them, and it's a really easy way for you to generate a ton of mana. Okay, opponents get down the Satyr Wayfinder, and they do hit, looks like just 1 creature out of the graveyard for 0 of the mana green. And then we do have Sidisi swinging in as a 3-3 and the Gilded Drake. So that's going to be the top 3 cards of our opponent's library into the graveyard. And that's going to be, yes, I do hit another creature card off that one, grabbing a zombie. adding 2 mana to their mana pool. Do we want to make any trades with this Multifoam Wonder at this point? No, we're going to let this go through. Yeah, I think we're okay though. We're going to let this go. This is going to be 6. It's going to put us down to 19. And then, yeah, we're going to let that go through. Okay, let's see what we draw into. Draw into Combat Celebrant. Now, what we can do with Combat Celebrant, unfortunately, the board is really, really cluttered at this point right now. If we end up tapping out for Combat Celebrant, we can give it haste off of the battlements, and then we'll get an additional combat step. We simply just don't have the creatures to take advantage of that one. We can get in a spot to where our opponent did tap out. We can get some Multiform Wonder with that flying going, paying a little bit of extra energy. If we want to give it that +2, -2, we're only looking at 1 though. That's going to make it a 5/1, connecting for 2. But that would also put us in a spot where we have to kind of tap out for some stuff if it attacks. Let's do this. Let's just go and get it down at this point right now. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. We'll get down Combat Celebrant, and then hopefully maybe we get into a few more creatures or something like that, and we can really take advantage of the extra combat step. Anything else? No, let's go and pass the turn. I guess we could. Yeah, let's go and swing in with Multiform Wonder. I mean, I guess if we're racing a 6 in the air, we can hopefully kind of outrace our opponent by paying a couple energy. And if we do that, that's going to be them swinging across. Yeah, let's just go and hold off for this right now. We do have a 3/3, so that's really kind of complicate them swinging in with a lot of these 1/1s and these 2/1s. If we end up doing that one, it basically kind of puts us on only having Grand Warlord Radha to kind of chump block on some of these little creatures right here. So yeah, I kind of like holding back Multiform Wonder on this one. Okay, opponent's going to get 5 mana going on the battlefield with Grand Warlord. Let's go and chump block on some of these creatures. Let's go ahead and go for Grand Warlord on Sidisi. Sidisi does not have Death Touch, and we'll go and chump block Radha on the Satyr Wayfinder, and then Multiform on the Zombie Token. Now, if our opponent does have something to kind of give them an additional buff, or at least give us some sort of, -X/-X or something like that, at least like making these trades, we'll send Sidisi back to the command zone too. Now, that will give them an additional Sidisi trigger to kind of get a few more zombies going, but at least we kind of hopefully kind of start whittling away at our opponent's board state. All right, with Sidisi entering the battlefield. Okay, an opponent does pass the turn. Let's see what we draw into. Draw into Fierce Empath. Okay, now if we get that down, yeah, let's go and go for Fierce Empath. I think I like that. Let's go and go for Fierce Empath. That's going to be a Homeward Path, green and then a red. Now, we're not going to be able to, I don't think we're going to be able to cast anything at this point right now, but we can at least kind of leave that mana up. One thing that we can grab off of this one, yes, we're going to use that ability, is if we end up going for Aetherwind Baskers is something that we can get down for that energy, but I think at this point I really like going for Thunderfoot Baloth. That kind of puts us in a spot where we can get down that Combat Celebrant and maybe kind of get a pretty good extra kind of combat swing, especially with that extra trample from our opponent. Now, we do have Radha. Yeah, let's go and tap out for Radha. It's going to be 1 green mana. That does leave us open to some sort of board wipe. We're going to be tapping out on Yavimaya Hollow, but at least with the Combat Celebrant, we can go and exert it and maybe end up with a spot where we can go and take care of it. At this point, do we want to push in with that combat? No, we kind of need Fierce Empath and Thunderfoot Baloth coming across on that one. That's a great top deck with Fierce Empath. I'll take that one. And then, yeah, anything else, we're going to go past the turn. Now, at this point right now, we can go and pay that 1 energy with that Wonder card to kind of stop Gilded Drake from coming across. As far as the trample damage, we're looking at swinging across. We're looking at 7. That's going to be 10, 16. That's going to be 21, 25. Looking about 30 points of damage. Our opponent does have a ton of creatures out there, but hopefully between us swinging in, we can kind of get that extra combat step. I don't know if we'll have exactly just enough to close it out in double combat steps, but because our opponent does have a lot of creatures over there, but at least we can kind of force a lot of trading on this one, hopefully so. And depending on what sort of creature that we do draw into next turn, we at least have a couple land activations that we can go for. We do have Yavimaya Hollow. Destroy... Oh, opponent's got Pulse. It's going to take care of Thunderfoot Baloth. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay. That was kind of our... kind of our out on that one. That's unfortunate, though. But I was about to say is that... if we did end up with Thunderfoot Baloth on the battlefield, we did have a couple land activations with Yavimaya Hollow to kind of help us with that additional combat step. And if we ended up top decking an additional creature, we could give that creature haste if we had enough mana to kind of get that going. So let's see what our opponent's going to roll out. Okay, so we have Sidisi swinging in. That's going to be an additional Sidisi trigger. Let's see if they hit any zombies off of that one. It's going to be an additional zombie onto the battlefield. And I add that 2 mana. Do we still want to... Yeah, we'll go and chump block with the Grand Warlord Radha because at least we'll be able to kind of attack. Hopefully, we can get in spots where we can tax Sidisi out of the game. Yeah, we're going to put that one up right there. Okay, but it's going to go for Eldritch Evolution. And it's going to be Massacre Worm giving us -2, -2. Ooh, brutal. We're going to yield to that one. Let's see what we'd rip into. But unfortunately, that is it's pretty good Sidisi showing by our opponent. You can see how quickly they've milled through their library. See what we draw into. Drawn to Siege Gang Commander. A little late to the party. Yeah, we're going to go and scoop it up this one. We are sitting at 5 total life on this one. We'll go and scoop this one up. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, you know, it's red-green energy. It's really easy with Radha to kind of go with the token build and kind of build a lot of stuff. But I don't really have an energy deck in Commander. And just having access to extra mana, you know, because a lot of these red-green energy creatures, they're not good by themselves. But you get them on the battlefield, you start getting that energy. The fact that they're kind of act as a pseudo mana dork for Grand Warlord Radha allows you to kind of cast some of those bigger energy spells. So the deck's, like I said, the deck's fun to pilot, but when you're playing against tier 1 stuff like Sidisi or finely tuned Sidisi decks like this, that's a little hard to get stuff going, but it's still a fun deck to play, and we tried to hang in there. We almost got to live the dream with Thunderfoot Baloth and then Combat Celebrant getting those extra combat steps, but unfortunately that Maelstrom Pulse definitely took care of us on that one. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.